we came quite far. It's already the third and last part of this video mini-series about Inktober. Inktober is a challenge. Basically, during the whole month of October, artists challenge themselves to produce one ink drawing every day. The original Inktober works with a prompt list. So basically, each day you're going to look at the list, see what is the word for the day, and make an illustration inspired by the said word. But with the years, many variations of that challenge happened, such as Halloween, Folktober, or simply lighter version with less drawing. I myself love ink. I also love the intensity of 31 drawing for 31 days, so it's what I usually do. I have followed the official prompt list before. I built a story out of the official prompt list. I built a story out of another list. I used one as an excuse to explore a story I had already written and see if I could make an image for my story based on those words. I made my own lists. I also picked a general theme for each week of October, but I was always a little bit frustrated by the limitation it brought, narratively speaking. So back in 21, I picked a story that I had wrote and went on a journey to illustrate 31 key moments of that story. As you will see, or maybe already know, I didn't manage to make 31 drawing. I had like 28. Because 31 drawing to illustrate a story is actually tough. You may want to pick one scene, and then when you draw it, you realize, wait, that's not exactly it. I want to draw it again. Or maybe that specific place, I think I didn't code it quite yet. I'm gonna draw that again. Which you may have noticed I drew a lot of illustration with all these books. But that's not the only issue. The thing is, there is so many key moments in a story. I mean, a story of the size of the one I used. It's really hard to decide which one I want to use, which one is going to be important while still having fun in making said illustration. So yeah, it's not a secret. This was quite a tough journey. So you've seen me paint a bunch of illustration in the last video, and one may hope that it made you kind of curious about what's the story behind all those illustration. So let's try to offer you that. So this is the main character. She's Ancre. She's an archivist. Basically, archivists are keepers. They keep the memory of the world in a safe spot. That's called the archive. Ta-da! So the archive are in the backside. The backside is a pocket of reality where it's basically perpetual autumnal, light, comfy garden. So to reach that pocket of reality, you have to use a magic knob that you can place on any door. And if you place the magic knob and do some silly broom gesture, you are led to the backside. So that's the archive. The archive are kept safe by an old grumpy tree behind the door. So basically, if the tree doesn't like you, it won't let you open the door. Ancre has spent her whole life wanting to fit in as an archivist, but for a long time her parents wouldn't let her help, so she had to keep herself busy. Fortunately for her, she made friends in the backside and grew quite a bit of veggies and fruits, and she was just, keeping herself busy. And yeah, everything felt kind of cozy and happy for a short time. But then things started to go haywire, and the archive overflowed, is that a word? Let's say it's a word, with memoirs. So Ancre's parents asked for her help, but it wouldn't stop. And so they were kind of forced to leave, and she was left alone to deal with it, because they wanted to know what was going on in the old world. And yeah, Many years later, her parents never came back, and she had to move the magic outdoor knob because the old world is crumbling down and she could not stay where she was anymore. And she's pretty much on the verge of burning out, even though she pretends everything is alright. And she just spent all her days locked in the archive trying to archive things. Then she received a missive from the Shadow Council, but since she is not yet a fully trained archivist, she doesn't dare to open the letter. But more letter keeps on arriving, and at some point she cannot deny that something's wrong, because the Council of Shadow sends one of their representatives, which is Merlot. So Merlot just stumbles into her life and questions everything and wants to know what's going on, what's wrong with the old world, why are the memoirs going so crazy, why is it such a mess in the archive, and so on and so on. And at some point she cannot deny that something's wrong anymore, and luckily she's set into motion and start to decide to see what's wrong. That's not the end of the story either, but I'm a bit of a procrastinator, so that's one of the many stories I haven't finished yet. But maybe let's show you these two. This is a bit later in the story. That's the story. Not the story, that's I hope something that makes you want to know more about the story. Also, sorry, excuse me, Mr. T, I need some space over here, thank you. Sorry, thank you. In case some of you would be interested, I made a bunch of print of these illustrations. So I have the postcard size of some of them. I don't have all of them left because postcards were very popular in the last few months, but I have bigger version as well. I have some left of several various illustration. So maybe you want one on your wall. So feel free to leave me a comment if that's something that inspires you, or if it's something that you would like to have. I will make a little link in the description below so you can easily find a place to get some prints. So yeah, thanks for tagging along this 3 video journey. I hope you can have something you like to eat and a warm drink for today, tonight, this afternoon, whatever time it is for you now. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. When she was small. La 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 la. Ah. Okay. Can we tell this story properly? Let's see. So that's where, what is this? I don't know.